Hey guys, what is up? My name is Megan and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, and welcome to my November TBR. It is the second to last TBR of the year. I'm currently working on my new TBR game, which will be probably launched in December because I love launching them with the festive season. I'm a festive girly, so my heart is very happy right now. But in the meantime, I put up a post on my community tab asking what way you wanted me to pick my TBR while I'm working on the new board. And what one was this? This is the Reader Roulette card game by PP Post. I will leave that down below if you guys want the card game for yourself. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I just really like these cards, but I've never gotten to use them in a TBR setting before. This is a stack of cards with a bunch of different prompts on them. There are a lot, like pick the longest book on your TBR, or an animal in the title, or play spin the bottle and pick a book. So there's a lot. I don't remember how many cards there are in here, but it's a good chunk. We're probably gonna go for like 5 or 6 prompts and pick our TBR that way. I think that's all I have to say. Let's hop on in. Also, I usually like to film in front of my shelves, but it's been raining and gloomy and I am now in a basement, so that wasn't gonna work. So we're gonna go with a non-bookish background. Let's shuffle these a little bit. And let's go with, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. We'll go with this. Choose a friends to lovers book. Okay. I have a few possibilities for this. I have a shelf full of romance books, but does it necessarily need to be romance? Like a, let me peruse my shelves. I may be stretching the prompt a little bit, but I'm going with Walkoff Wedding by Maren Moore, which is part of a series. And I'm stretching it because technically in this, it's a marriage of convenience, but it's, the tagline says, I fell for my secret pen pal believing we would never meet, but now he's my husband. And so I'm getting the friends to lovers part from them like being pen pals and having a bunch of in common and then kind of falling for each other as like they were friends that were writing to each other. Even if it's marriage of convenience, if they don't know that, it's technically still applicable. And this is one I've been wanting to read for a really long time. It's a dual perspective romance. Marriage of convenience. I think they're in like university. It's a group of friends that we're following. I don't mind reading companion novels out of order. They're all happily ever afters. I'm not getting spoiled for much. So this is the one I'm most intrigued in the series, and definitely the one that works best for this prompt. So I'm stretching it a little bit. I don't have a lot of friends to lovers remaining on my shelves. It's definitely one of my favorite tropes, so one I go through more frequently. But we're gonna say it works, and voila! I'm very excited for this. I feel like this is the kind of romance that is gonna make me swoon and love. So, yay! I feel like this is gonna get me out of my normal reading genre, which is primarily fantasy middle grade and a little bit of romance and a little bit of adult fantasy. That is what I do here mostly. But these cards can be all over the place. What is calling to me? Let's go with this one. Choose a book from your favorite author. Bet. Oh, wait. See, this is hard because I currently have like 5 or 6 sequels that I'm really excited to get to of new releases and series that I've been anticipating. 2 strongest contenders are definitely The Chronicles of Weather Y2 by Anna James and Skandar 5 by A.F. Stedman, who is the author of my favorite series. Does Skandar 5 win because the first unicorn writer is coming out? Let me think this through, and I will get back to you in just, for you, a minute. For me, I'm gonna stare at my shelves until my brain hurts. Ultimately, I decided to go with Skandar and the Spirit War for choosing a book for your favorite author because it just makes more sense in the sequence of my reading that I make sure that I read the Spirit War to be able to read the first writer and then have caught up completely with Skandar. This is probably the scariest thing I'm ever gonna put on a TBR, and I don't think I am ever gonna be mentally stable enough to grieve these books, because once I read this, I can never read it for the first time again, and I will have fully experienced the series, the original Skandar series, and that is a terrifying thing to me, and I become a procrastinator when I read series that I love so dearly and that are such a significant part of my life that I kind of don't know what to do with myself, and then I have like this decision paralysis of like, when is the perfect time to pick up the book, when technically there is no perfect time, and I'm very aware of that, but it's just, I cannot wait to experience this, but I also dread the feeling of experiencing this, and I know I'm not the only one. But it's scary, it's definitely terrifying, and I truly, truly do not know where this is going to take us, and I'm just prepared to like cry a lot. I'm going to carry Kleenex with me at all times while reading this, and I will report back in a vlog. I have put up a poll again on my community post. If you guys want to let me know if you want this to be spoiler filled or spoiler free, I would need to know kind of soonish, because I want to read this early in November. So you guys let me know what is best for you. I can also film a spoiler free vlog and then a spoiler filled sit down, whatever works best, but just let me know, because I know I'm gonna have a lot of thoughts and feelings. I may do both. I don't really know. Let me know what you guys need from me in regards to Skandar. I feel like it's one of the things people come to my channel for. It's kind of something I've built my channel into, in the sense that like Skandar takes a lot of place in my life and I talk about it a lot, and a lot of people have found me through Skandar, so it's very significant. So just let me know. I'm blabbing on at this point. I ramble when I'm nervous. Well, this makes me nervous. Let's go for card number 3. I feel like there's way too many cards in here. Let's go for this. Pick your most recent purchase to read. Huh. What is my most recent purchase? I am going to hack the system with this one, because technically the payment did go through, and that is for The First Unicorn Rider by Emma Stedman, which is the prequel. I don't know if it's going to be just a standalone prequel to the Skandar series, or if there's going to be more in the world of The First Unicorn Rider, but it is coming out in November, and obviously that was iconic. The announcement of that is very fresh. It was only like a few months ago, like 2 months ago maybe at this point, and we never knew like we were going to get this prequel. I'm very excited because the narrator of the audiobook is this person. I always forget their name, but I heard the sample. It's going to be amazing, and it's just like more in the world of Skandar, and I'm very intrigued. In regards to the first writer, I don't want to get into it more because it's a prequel to a 5-book series, and obviously I don't want to say anything that risks spoiling Skandar or, you know, give too much context, but it is a prequel set in the world of Skandar, which I talk about a lot on my channel, and obviously had to add to the TBR, and technically it is my most recent purchase because it's going to be on its way to me, but the charge went through, so I'm hacking the system with this one, and we're just gonna roll with that prompt. We'll shuffle these again and go for book number 4. I am slowly getting back into reading. I feel like I've been, well, in both a content and reading slump, but we're slowly getting back into it, and I hope that this TBR is full of bangers and that I get obsessed with reading again. That is my main goal this month. What is speaking to me? How about this one? Choose a book with a couple on the cover. Okay, well that definitely means romance. Again, I have a lot of romance on my shelves that is unread. I've slightly fallen off the bandwagon with romance, so I need to get back into it, and I feel like this is a good time of year to like cozy up and read a romance book. I haven't been in the mood in the past few months, arguably, fair enough, but I think it could be a good time to dive back. I don't know if I have a Rebecca Genchak with a couple on the cover. I feel like that is probably what I would gravitate towards most. She has been my romance author of the year. So let me figure it out once again and report back. I know I said I have a lot of like covers with people on them, but I still thought I was gonna you know, have a little bit of a hard time with this prompt. But then I forgot, I recently got the Owl Crate edition of We've Met Like This by Casey West, which is one of the most stunning Owl Crate editions I've seen. Honestly, some of them kind of fall flat for me, but this was worth it. And it also, I used my Owl Crate points on this one, so we love ourselves a bargain. This is Casey West's first foray into adult romance, so there will be more steam and stuff in this than we usually get with Casey West, which is incredible. She is one of my favorite authors. Listen to Your Heart is in my top 5 books of all time and will always be. I reread it like 10 times a year. And so I'm very nervous but excited for this because I feel like this has the potential to become a favorite, and Casey West writing romance is a foray that I did not expect because she's been writing YA for literal like years and years and years at this point. So I'm very excited to see. This is about dating apps, and it could not become more relevant to me than it did now, if you know what I mean. And about dating culture in like 2025 or whenever this is set. See, even the top says like you're a match and like swipe right and swipe left, and it's about like finding romance through dating apps and how different it is now, and just like all that is included in dating in the modern era. So I am excited to see how it gives me unrealistic expectations for my life and how I'm probably going to spiral in both cuteness and sadness. So love that for me, love that for us. We'll report back. Let me know if you want a review, obviously spoiler free for this one, because I feel like there's a lot to dissect about Casey West finally making the jump into adult, and she has another adult romance book that is going to come out. So very intrigued. And I love the concept of dating apps. We don't see it a lot. I don't think I would read from a lot of authors who do like dating app romances, but Casey West could write a book about potatoes and I would read it. So yeah, I feel like we can do 2 more because I also have like sequel projects I want to work on, and like end of the year projects that I am going to work through. So I don't want to have like a 10 book TBR. But if I finish my TBR and I'm still in the mood, nothing stops me from picking more cards from this stack, which I love this stack, by the way. This is such a beautiful card game, and it's also, I feel like the prompts are really fun. Let's go again for this. A lot of pinks. Read a book by a new to you author. This very much defeats my purpose of reading sequels in November, but nevertheless, we love a good surprising new author that I can become obsessed with, and then it's going to give me my reading mojo back, so I feel like the cards heard my prayers. There's a lot of new authors to me on my shelves. I think that I have a good ratio of like favorites or authors I've read from before and some that I haven't. I just don't know which way to take this. Whether I want to read like a new to me middle grade author or really expand my horizons and go into like a different genre of a new author. Interesting. I like this. I like these cards. I'm having such a fun time. I know I said I was probably gonna go into the direction of like reading a middle grade book that I like from an author I've never read before, but then I went back to peruse my shelves and I realized I wanted a different kind of fantasy. So we're going with Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie. This is the stunning Fairy Loot edition, and this is a young adult academia kind of situation with some romance. It is at Blackwood Academy, a school located at the edge of the afterlife, and I believe we follow multiple characters. I don't know if it's just, yeah, multiple characters, like 6 different people at this academy, and then yeah, it says each of these 6 students has their own motivation to win, and it's a whole thing. There's going to be romance, there's going to be intrigue and drama and mystery in this academia setting. It feels like a November book, if you know what I mean. Like, the vibes are screaming November, and I want to start picking up more of my subscription box books. I made a promise to myself that if I subscribe to like Fairy Loot and stuff again, I would be actively picking up the books, and their YA selection has been popping off recently. I'm very excited for this. So I thought it's a perfect occasion for me to read from a new author, read a subscription book, and see where this goes. I truly hope I at least like this, and that it's not like a 3-star read. So fingers crossed. that I enjoy this, and I'll have a better synopsis for you once I've actually started reading this. So yay! Let's go for our last one, which I'm hoping to not end with a super difficult prompt because it's been great so far. Loving my time with these cards. And I fear I may have potentially jinxed myself, like to pick the longest book on my TBR or some weird difficult prompt about a book I don't want to read. Let's go here. Choose a romance to read. What is happening? Again. Okay. Fantastic. The cards really said romance. Straight up read romance. So, you know, we're gonna indulge the cards. Sure, why not? As I said, Rebecca Genchak is definitely my favorite romance author of the year, and so I had to go with one of her books for the choose to read a romance prompt. And for that, I'm going with Comeback, which is the third and final book I need to read in the Holland Brothers series. There are 4 books. I've read 1, 2, and 4. 4 being my favorite thus far. Don't ask me why I read them out of order. The synopses of book 4 just made me spiral into the series. It is what I owe for my love of Rebecca Genchak, I believe. So we're going back and reading book 3 so that I can cross off the Holland Brothers series. This is about Archer, who is deaf, and Sabrina. It's kind of a brother's best friend romance. The entanglement of these people and how they're all interconnected is a little bit more complex, and I don't want to spoil anything, but that is the storyline between these two. Archer is, if I remember, a football player. Some of them don't all play the same sports. Yeah, he's a football player and she's a dance teacher. Love that for us. And I have loved Archer in these books. He's one of my favorite characters. Sabrina, we know, but not that much. So I'm mostly looking for the story for his perspective, but very interested to see where this romance goes and how it blossoms into one of the cutest things I've probably ever read. Love that for me. So this, plus the first writer, is my November TBR. I feel like this is a really great combination of things. I would have thought I would read a little bit more middle grade because I haven't touched books in a while and I've been craving going back into middle grade, but the TBR gods decided otherwise. Let me know what you think I'll like more this month. Don't forget to answer my questions for Skandar, and let me know if you want a spoiler the cards are falling spoiler-free review of Casey West's forced foray into adult romance. I will be vlogging my experience with both of these. I also have some series tackle projects going on and so on and so forth. The end of the year is coming, so end of the year content I'm very much looking forward to. Let me know what you're reading in November. If not, leave me a stack of books in the comments to let me know you've made it this far, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye guys, happy reading.